Alright, this is day 4, but we're going to recap from the start. This is take 2, since
First
last...
clip ended differently than it was supposed to.
Yeah. Okay, so... we took off on the shuttle, which arrived late, and our driver wasn't actually, the best he could be, having a rough day. He did bad things like sped, got pulled over by the cops,
You got that on video?
and so he wasn't doing so well. When we got on the plane, it was pretty fun yet boring. 9 hours. We sat in front of 2 Christian missionary girls, constantly talking about God. It's kind of funny because
They talked about weird things also. Like, were they talking about socks at one point?
yes, they
Like,
did talk
what
about
the hell?
socks. That was pretty weird, But I thought it was funny because they started talking about boys, and I thought it was funny because
I'll probably sleep for that part.
yeah, we'll get to that. Talking about boys, and I was like, hey, wow, they're not talking about God. And they're like, man, I really like Jimmy. Yes, so do I. I love just the way he talks about God. Are you serious? And I just had to go to sleep after that. But we get on the bus, or we get on the plane, and everyone's awake and stuff, but me and Kevin go to sleep.
I fell asleep before we even took off.
Yeah. And I was on and off, and when we got off, I fell asleep. And we wake up, and dinner has already happened. Everyone's asleep, and we're the
But us.
only one awake.
But because of our opportune sleeping time, we look to our right and fucking goddamn Alafashava, the fucking
The red.
the red, yeah, like in airplanes, and at least in American Airlines, the blankets are like blood red, and this guy was wearing 2, one covering him here and one covering him like this, like a hood. And we looked over the right, and all he did was this.
And it looked a lot like, he thought it looked like some guy from Star Wars. I think it's closer to,
The guys in the temple,
no, not the temple, the village.
the village. I'm sorry.
The bad guys from the village. It was so awesome. We went to take a picture, but it was dark.
Yeah, it's too dark. And then it's kind of weird. After a while, us when we were sleeping, I was going to point out to you, but you were asleep. I looked over the right, and only half of the blankets were there, so I thought like you fell asleep like this.
um, rest of the plane, we got breakfast, croissant.
Croissant.
Kid threw up.
Yeah, kid did throw up.
It was pretty interesting. Normal plane ride. We got to Chile Airport, Chilean Airport.
Santiago, Chile.
It was interesting. I liked it until one
He
thing.
hates it now.
It's basically we were tired, so we sat on a bench and started to sleep. Until you want to make the sound?
I'll do the sound, you do the thing that happens when they talk. Okay.
Okay. Well, it's announcements.
Bing, 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 bing. Hola pasajeros de el avión 428, te estamos esperando. Muchas gracias. Every goddamn time. And they did a lot. They like talking to everybody.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. Like, I thought Kevin just exaggerated, but it was the fuzziness I was making. You can't really capture it. It's not like a fuzziness you see on TV.
It's like scraping metal together.
It's sharpening swords against like a stone tire or a wheel or whatever. Anyways, we get on the plane. Our trip, we get like a box for like, and it has like a little super finger
Super
in
finger. Goddamn. Like this little toy.
it. That's what you guys are getting. It's a
gift.
gift.
You still have yours? I think I lost mine.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
No, you're not getting
whatever.
super finger anymore. But it was a little toy, and you put it over it. It was a finger with eyes right here. It was sad because all you had to do is stick it through, but there's still directions on it. It's like, it's for the idiots. Enjoy. No.
It's awful. But then we showed up, and like, one thing that I noticed, but no one else really made comment, when we had to go through all customs, but when you actually get out to the airport, instead of people there waiting for you, there's a glass. So like they're like animals, and they all have their hands on the wall, and and we like walk around the glass, and then we say hi.
No, well, fucking, we took about an hour trying to get through customs because we had to pay a tax on the merchandise we brought in. So my cousins who were waiting on us were like, and yeah, so we were waiting for everyone. Everyone started passing by, and then the slaves, and then the rats, and then the birds. They came out, but you didn't come out. And right at the end, you came out. So It was a grand festival when we saw each other.
Yeah. And the custom here is to, instead of shaking hands, you
Kiss on the
hug
cheek.
and you kiss on the cheek. And Kevin's whole family was there. So
Not
I
even the
had,
whole family.
No, not even the whole family. Actually, I've seen more. And then they're all just coming up and like, hola, hola, just floods of kisses and names. I don't even know.
I remember, my dad was explaining the concept to Austin, and my grandmother was there. No, and my grandmother was there, and he said, "Yeah, and here you kiss." I don't know if anyone's done that, and my grandmother interrupted it, and my dad said, "I kissed him, damn it!" I love my grandmother. That's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, what do we call her?
Edie.
Edie. Yes. We continued on. We did a hot sauce prank.
Yeah, not as effective. Like
No.
it had the most bizarre reactions, which I promise you guys will see later.
And then Aaron, Ceci's boyfriend, I think he doesn't have a tongue.
His face is made of stone.
Yeah, like, he literally takes it and just kind of sat there, and we're like, how is it? He's like, yeah, it's okay.
Like, not even like Austin says, like, that's hot shit. You know, he's like, huh.
I've had hotter.
Yeah.
And we're like, what is going? He's like, probably because I'm part Mexican. What else is there?
I got some under my nose right here. That was really weird.
No. We played soccer by a ghetto. It was fun. There's a lot of flies. God.
Flies. No, it was gnats, not flies.
Gnats. God, I'm trying to get through
There was
this.
a lot of dust too, because things use so often, and I got asthma, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Then we went back, and then where did we go?
We came here.
We went to we came to my grandmother Tute's house, which is where
Tute.
we're at now, and we waited for a while for people to get here for the Montes side of the reunion. The first half was the Dari, which is my mom's side, and then we waited for the Montes side, which was my dad's. We waited here for a long side for them, and we had
Pizza.
pizza, empanadas, and sandwiches called sandwiches de amiga. I don't know how to explain them. And we sat here, and then we went. Oh, Austin tried a drink that he really liked, and
Yes.
the food that he really liked. The drink is Paso de Toros. It's a grapefruit
It's
soda.
like, for Adam, I know you tried this, it's like Izzy, but cheaper and better.
And he also tried torta de queso. Literally cheesecake, not like the American cheesecake. It's like an entree, not a dessert. And Austin really liked it. I really like it too. It's really good.
It's literally like small cake, but in between there's like melted cheese, like mozzarella. It's surprisingly good.
I love it. We went home that night to my cousins. Rodrigo, you guys met Rodrigo. Went to their house, the Suarez house. Austin met my uncle, Eduardo.
The aunt, the whole family.
Oh, Chivita, my aunt. Yeah, you met Eduardo at the airport, my bad. And we played Winning 11. We got stepped on. Oh, actually no, we did pretty well.
Yeah, we did.
Because I've never played before, he did. But we stood our own, and we told him we never played before, or at least he did, so, you know, underdog kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, what did we do?
Well, hold on. Well, I'll tell you, the Rodriguez family, kind of crazy. Like, I love it
In a good
because,
way.
in a good way, yeah. Like, his mom will randomly break out in song, like
She
at
broke out in
dinner.
song once, so...
But
this is
still,
later,
it's
this is later. We were at
wild.
dinner, and they're all talking, and, like, they were making a joke, because one person repeated once, and they started repeating it, and everyone was, like, echoing each other. And then while everyone was talking, she goes, "Ba-da-da-da."
No, she's not stabbed. She goes,
Oh, yeah, she hit the hit.
and everything shakes.
Scary, but fun.
Yeah.
Okay, but we woke up the next morning, and we went to the equivalent of the Argentine DPS, which was off. And there was a guy in the back of the line who was, like, complaining in Spanish, professional, what Argentines do, like, "La puta que la parió, que cuánto la miel y costó." You know, just going crazy, you know? And, yeah, that was terrible. And Rodrigo got his DNA, which is a National Document of Identification for 16 plus years. Yeah, 16 years or older, my bad. And then where did we go? We met up with Marco. You met up
with all his friends.
You met Marco. Marco's really cool.
Marco, we met Marico.
Marca.
Medica. Basically, it's
No,
a
well,
lot
that
of-
wasn't yet.
We met. Well, I'm just saying, like, in
Oh, yeah.
general, we're not gonna go step
Marco?
into that.
Then Marca. We met Ram. You met Rami. You met Fede. Who else?
There was that one guy, Monkey.
El mono.